Hi everyone, I am Margourtarotreader, and today we're doing a personal reading for the sign of Taurus. Now, this is for a client. Please understand that prior to the recording, I call on to the universe with my client's personal information because my client remains private at all times. During the recording, there may be some silence. It is when I'm transcending to your spirit guides so they can start passing on the messages that I need to give to you. As well as you already know, certain predictions can come about during the time frame that I gave you. Certain predictions can and are allowed to adjust or change. Other predictions cannot and will not be changed because it is the path that you and the people in question have to take in this earthly world. Okay? Now, you've been a client of mine for quite a while now. And as you already know, predictions come sooner or later. It is what it is, even the good ones, even the bad ones. But it's also, when we give predictions, it's also about giving us some type of enlightenment in which you can either change the alignment of the result of the predictions even. And it's to prepare you as well on how to accept those things, okay? And you obviously want to know more about this other person, the Scorpion. So we'll look at him in all thoroughly. But I feel that intuitively what I'm sensing here is that I have to see you more than this person. And why is that? Because we've been changing, going back and forth with a lot of things, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And when I say we, I mean you, okay? Because normally when I predict or do certain things for my client, it is the energy of that person that I'm intertwining with, okay? Now, as you know, when I advise you for your best interest because I feel that according to how I sense you, it's how you need to be guided, you need to be told certain things. And within your energies, you're rightfully so, you are in such energy that you feel tormented sometimes. And when we feel that way, it's because we're being neglectful of accepting the change that we need to process, or how we need to go by guiding ourselves further down the line. And as a Taurus, you intend to be reluctant in that sense. And yes, and I know that you want to, and you want to give in to a lot of the changes, but it is who you are naturally, that you have to be proven that that's it or not it. So therefore, it's going to be harder on you to accept or even let go, okay? Now, you as my client know what I'm talking about. Now, let's get started. We're going to start. I'm going to see you first on the first spread, okay? To the most recent past, the next 3 to 4 months. It can even be days or even weeks sometimes, according to how you are within your energies. And then I will look at this Scorpio. It's an unfortunate thing. Now, because everything that you're going through, it was already predicted in previous to your other readings. And so, but it is what it is. Sometimes those hard lessons is what's going to get you to the next step, which it's supposed to be a better step, a better growing for you emotionally, spiritually, but moving forward, right? Now, it's about also accepting and learning to let go. I feel that because you're going through a lot right now, that you're questioning everything. And there's a lot of questions here that is rightfully so, and it's normal, but it's also to be just to ask and let it be and let it go. Do not continue to linger into that, because what happens is the universe starts seeing that it's not the universe or the gods that are punishing you or not seeing the good in you. It is you yourself that is doing that, okay? Because they gave you these chances to align yourself and to prevent a lot of these things, but you chose to go through it because, again, it's your sign. It's who you are. You have to experience to know that it was not good in order to let go or be with, right? And so being based on what I'm saying is also based on a lot of things of how I sense you, of course, and also on the things how you express, which I appreciate the fact that you're venting it out. it's something good and healthy for you to not let it hold it in. You have to have some kind of method to let go, right? People do go to therapists, and other people come to me for that spiritual guidance. Now, so be aware that now that you vented it out, learn to process it differently and learn to accept and learn from those things. If you learn those lessons, then you should let go of those things. Okay? Remember, we talked about this also. Now, let's see. Angels of the universe and the heavens. What is it that I need to know? You've come so far. As you already know, when I am proud of my clients, I let them know very clear. And I'm very proud of you because you've come so far. You have achieved so many things, so many dreams in your life. Through all the struggles, you pulled through. And amazingly, you're still there. And you will be there. And you will be a lot stronger. But you need to reconcile with the path you've made and the path you're taking. I do, we'll look over this, what you were explaining in reference to moving. Remember that in November, we will be in the retrograde, okay? So, a lot of those changes may not be permanently. Maybe where you're going forth is not going to be permanent. Maybe you're going to move later on in the future, even within the same location. Or maybe you'll be returning to where you are now. So you have to understand that the move you make, it's a must, yes, but there will be changes further down the line, probably by next year again. And you also not be irrational about the change. Focus how you want to make this change. The fact that we're in the retrograde, it's going to give you, the Mercury retrograde, it's going to give you a lot of sense of doing so, not doing so, and then not seeing things clearly, and then not overlooking at things clearly, right? But you've been in that stage prior to coming into the Mercury retrograde, so it should work out for your best interest because you've already been in this path, right? So analyze the whole effect, okay? If you already have a place in mind where you're going and heading to, then you already should be analyzing your priorities, and you should, because Taurus do that. So have those resumes sent out the week that you're leaving, so by that time you have somewhere to go interview and such. Focus. Do not distract yourself from this pitiful energy that is overshadowing you right now, okay? Now, let's begin. And you're still unsure whether or not you should make this trip. You know you need to, you know you have to, but you're still unsure. And you have to make it because you want it for your interest. Remember that. Not because this is the only way to let go of the people that are being so negative around you, or the person itself. Okay? You have to do it because it's for your best interest. Let's see. Well, I don't think that this person has been faithful to you the time that he's been with you, even though his intentions would love to be that, so, but he is not, okay? You can't be who somebody else wants you to be in a relationship, because it's not who you are. You're not the type to be tamed. And someone that tames you would have to be similar to your strength. It has to be another Taurus. You know, Scorpions can do that to Taurus, absolutely, but they have to know how to do those things. And Scorpions, with our ways of being, we can literally, just by saying certain things, have the person do them. But it's also how or why we do them, the reasons for it. When it's naturally because of love, naturally because it's a mutual situation going on here, then you best believe that it's going to be a beautiful thing within that relationship. But at the same time, you know, when you tame someone against their will, it becomes a horrifying experience for both people, not just one. Okay. And then it also depends how or why they're tamed, in what conditions. You are feeling blocked. And of course, I sense that all the way. And I feel that it was also predicted in one of your readings as well. You're feeling confused, like, what direction do I go? What direction do I take here? Okay. You know, there is another person in your circle. There is another male here that would like to go out with you, get to know you. You probably met this person or will meet this person through your friends and things like that. It shows to be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, and rising here. But you're not in that point right now where you want to be friends with anybody or have intimacy. You just don't want the same crap anymore, and you don't want people that are seeing other people, dating other people, married other people, and things like that. Unfortunately, because we're not in a perfect world, it's going to happen again. You're going to meet someone that it's already in a relationship or been with someone. And see, the thing here is, because you're still in love with this person, you find it so hard and so difficult to get him out of your system. Okay? I do feel that even though you're so blocked with this person, I still feel that you have this feeling that it could turn around, that it could be better, the relationship between you and this person, the Scorpion. I'm sensing that you're in a denial kind of sense. And yes, you can block him all your way. You can block him and be miserable and all these things. But he has a certain way of coming back, a certain way of sweetening you and telling you things, you know. He will find a way to contact you again, of course. He'll find a way to reach out at you. This is just, it's a cycle of never ending between you and this person. And because this is your spread, all I'm sensing is, the fact is that you feel that you're done and over with this person. The fact is that you feel that you're not taking this person anymore, that you're done, that you blocked, whatever it is that you did. But it also shows to be temporarily, unfortunately. You know, you're denying yourself a happiness that is truth and meant to be elsewhere. Okay? You've been back and forth in this circle. You're not going to be happy with this person. And he can come back and cry all nilly-willy to you and promise you everything, as he does over and over and over. But it's just not going to go where you want it to go. It will never be. Unfortunately, sometimes when someone tells you you're with the wrong person, it will never happen. We intend to do the opposite, and we intend to say it will work. Well, you've been doing this, playing this circle over and over, and it's just not doing so. So you have to wonder and ask yourself, am I just doing it because someone's telling me it's not? You know, and then come to that conclusion. But the fact is that you've lived it. It's not just being said. You live these experiences. You live these predictions that are coming so right in front of you. And it's not just affecting you. You've made all these changes, and it's just not affecting you. It's also affecting your relationships with your loved ones, with your family. And it's also affecting their outcome, their life, their situations. So you need to stop and pause and understand that when time is to be done and over with, it is the best thing. Now, maybe if you learn to let go of this person, he will understand and feel such pain and find a way to also heal and change his ways. Sometimes it takes that. It takes to let go and let them be in order for them to grow and understand and mature emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically, and then reunite with that loved one. And when they come back, it will be up to you if you choose it that way. Okay? Because we also have that time and space of growth also. As they do, we do. As we do, they do. Okay? So, for the moment, what I'm sensing is, yes, you block them and things like that. But he's going to come around and make that circle again. I want him to be back with you. And I feel that for however way, whatever he says, you may even take that chance again. Unfortunately, this is how I feel. He may not believe in readings, in spell works and whatnot, so he tells you. But I feel that he does. I feel that he even been to someone before, and he is probably going to do something in order to bring you back. Okay? Now, also, just because I've said that does not mean that you're going to give in and say, oh my God, I took him back because you're right, he did. No, I already prevented you from that. You have to know how to say no to yourself. I'm not letting negative energy in any longer, and it stops here, and I'm done and over with. When we affirm ourselves, so does our energy. And it makes it very, very hard for negative things to come in, negative people, negative energies, negative rituals. So you have to affirm that. But if you have a little space, a dent within you that is weakened, that is doubtful, then that's the space that we need to come in any ritual. Okay? So be mindful of that. Now, I don't feel that he was faithful to you the time that he's been with you. And he will not be faithful to you at any given time, because he will always find an excuse to do what he does. It's an unfortunate thing, because that's how he is. He has not had time to mature, either because you took him back for the minute he begged, and you punished him for a minute, and then you took him back. So there's a pattern that he has for himself, and that people allowed him to have that pattern, as you, for example, are one of those people, and the other women. Okay? Yes, he's gonna be miserable. He's gonna cry. He's gonna drink. He's gonna do all. Who gives a shit what he does? But it is his normal ways and behave. He's gonna blame you for all his actions, but it's who he is. Now, when it comes to you, all this blockage, you need to just let it be and let it go. Okay? Because it's not about the universe punishing you, the universe doing this, no, it's not. It's about your actions. Knowingly, well, you took it upon you. So the universe is not doing to contradicting you at any given. They give you certain perspective. They bring you people to make you understand and realize, people like me, to make you awaken for what is ahead. And then from that point, it is your choice of what you choose to do. Okay? On the contrary, what you need to say to the universe or to your guides, or however way you pray with your affirmations, the contrary, you need to say thank you. Because now I know and I understand fully that I made certain actions, but now I understand that those actions make me be a better person, grow better, and choose a better partner for me. So I thank you for giving me this lesson, that I can now move freely to a better enlightenment for myself and my loved ones. As simple as that. Rewind it, play it all you want, or do it as however you want. But make those affirmations for your interest. And we talked about this as well. Okay? Because instead of nagging and bragging and saying all kinds of negative things to yourself, because whatever you lay out there for the universe comes right back into us. But you have to understand that when we're being negative to our guides, to the universe, to our gods, then we're also being negative to ourselves. Okay, we're not loving ourselves as we should. You have to love and be loved back, right? Now, so this negativity needs to just be spaced away from you. Again, as I've talked here, we talked about this Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Horizon, that it comes in here. Now, it's someone that it seems to be quite in alignment for you. I do feel that this person, for some reason, it shows to me that you know this person. So maybe you've acquainted this person throughout the time that you either been there or been somewhere, or because we're looking in the halfway here, maybe you'll meet him where you're heading to. Okay? Let's see here. There could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising as well here. He seems to be a good potential match here for you. He's probably getting into or away from it shows to be that he's moving away from a female, either marriage or a steady relationship here. That's what his energy is following through, right? Coming in with. But it seems to be that this could be also a nice match for you. Okay, he's similar to your strength, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, and Rising. There are some family issues in reference to you and also the Scorpion. People are going to say things, people are going to do things to make you more disappointed at one point. There are people also that support you on the changes that you're making, but they kind of support you in a negative way, kind of way, you know. I do feel that the Scorpio also is going to talk to a relative of yours to see the knows about you, where you're heading, what you're doing, and things like that. I do feel that the Scorpio will find a way to reach you. Always he does and always will. And he's going to be negative, cry sometimes to you, yell at you sometimes, cuss you out. Now, I do not know necessarily to be precise, but I do feel it so, that I feel that he's been aggressive with you or will be aggressive with you in a manner that is very disrespectful to you. I'm not sure if he has already, okay? So you need to prepare yourself. And I feel that intuitively it's been there steady, the energy. So if he has, then that's a no. You need to let go of this person. I don't care how much you feel that you're in love. It is not for you. He should not put any hands on you. You understand that? If he hasn't, then you need to let it be and let it go now before it happens. I do feel that his aggression is going to be more aggressive and more to that point of punishing you in more than one ways, not just physically, but emotionally, okay? Or spiritually, he's already affecting you. But when they affect us spiritually, it's because we're actually letting that person in that deep, okay? And yes, he has not been faithful to you whatsoever, okay? He picks excuses like I drank, like I whatever. He just picks all kinds of things. And it's nothing wrong with being you, it's how he met you. And when a person is trying to change you, the way you look, the way you dress, the way you talk, and then that is not accepting you for who you are. That is wanting them to change you for how they want you to be. And sometimes if they're not changing you or adjusting you to be better, then definitely that's also a sign to let you know the relationship is not going to go in a positive sense, because instead they're dragging you down, making you feel less, making you feel worthless, okay? And you're not that type, but because of the experiences that you've had in your life, and he knows, it's very easy for him to do this. You are an easy target for him. Number one, because he knows that you love him. And number two is because he knows everything about your life. So he knows where to pick and what to do. Okay? You're a puppet. Now, cut those strings and let it go. Okay. Now we're going to see him. Angels of the universe and of the heavens, show me what is going to Let's see. Don't think you're out of the woodworks with this person. He's going to be very aggressive. Yes. Now, he's also going to be in a blood mode as well. He's going to be outrageous. He's going to be causing problems and drinking more than anything. I don't know if he gets high here, this person, because I do feel that he's a little bit of all over the chaos here. Unfortunately, this is not a good energy for you at all. He's just not. He's going to be very negative. He's going to be saying a lot of things to your family. He's going to try to dig dirt about you or make up things about you, okay? Now, to him, he still thinks that he's going to be with you. He'll find another way to be with you. Whether you want it or not is how I hear him saying it. So prepare yourself. I don't feel that this is something that you're going to want. I feel that maybe he's going to want to force himself at you. Okay. So, trying to tell you you're mine no matter what until the death do us part and things like that. So, you know, I feel that he has said those things, but he actually means those things. Okay. Yes, it's going to have a very difficult situation here between you. There's two other women that I'm sensing in his path here. We have a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Female, but we also have a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay. See, because this person, another person has done spell on this Scorpion before, so that in itself is going to hinder any relationship he has. Know that anything I said about this person is not for you to feel sympathy or sorry for him, because I feel that he's kind of aware of these things and he chooses to block it. And when he accepts certain things, is because he feels that, oh my God, you know, they love me this much, or that, you know, they're willing to do this much. You know, I do believe he believes in those things. Sometimes when the person says, oh my God, how can someone do these things? I would never. Well, guess what? That's when they're actually doing it. Not sure if he's divorced already. If he's divorced already from that woman, well, it seems to me that he's going to get into some legal issues. If he's not divorced from that other woman, the Aries, I believe it is, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, I feel that that woman does not want to be with him anymore because she already has someone else. Being that this is his spread, I'm getting those energies because there's going to be conflict with that woman or with someone within that rank, within Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's going to be conflicts because he's going to be talking to a woman that has a man already, and so there's going to be even physical confrontation there. So he is going to get into a physical conflict here with someone else. Maybe there's a male that is going to come in and confront this person, or protect the person that he's being aggressive to. It could even be you. It could even be you, but I'm sensing there is another woman here. So he might even be out as well and then getting into a conflict here. Okay. There is another woman that is coming into his life as well. Okay. So he's not the type to be without. Now, in reference to you explaining something to your one of your children, let me say this, that we don't need our children to be so involved in every little thing that happens in our life, but sometimes they have to know certain things, because who knows how they'll perceive it or how they'll take it. There's a thin line in that, because especially, let's say for example, if we have sons, if you tell them how bad our relationship is with our partner, our sons want to be our providers. You know, they're like father figures. They want to be our providers. They want to protect us and care for us. It doesn't matter how old our sons are. They could even be 10, 11, and that's how they feel. And it will hurt them to their depth to know that someone is doing something wrong to their mother. So, you know, if for that matter, I would say just be cautious what you say, because sometimes our sons can intend to want to and do certain things to our partner. And a lot of people, you know, unfortunately, people do end up even hurting, you know, physically. And we don't want our children to be in any legal situations for our mistakes, for our actions. So I'll just be cautious on that, is what I'm saying. He does not deserve you having bad conduct, or you going to jail, or your children's going to jail because of his ways of being. You or your children do not deserve that. So you need to just let it go, push it away from you, dust yourself and wash it off. And you know, you might as well do another ritual, you know, to cleanse yourself again, and then once you step into whatever place you desire that you rent and whatnot, you need to also work on that and just, you know, clean it, wash it off, and be done with this person, because he is not going to be any conducive to any good to you. He is going to be with another woman, and I feel that he is going to have another child with another woman also eventually. Okay. Most likely in 2020. Well, it shows here, so it will be his on his how things go. I do not, again, I don't sense that this person is for you. In his spread, see, in yours, it showed to be optimistic, even though you've been through a lot of stuff, right? But in his spread, it's almost like, okay, if she's there, she's there. Eventually she'll come back. Eventually she'll be returning and whatnot. So in the meantime, he's going to be with another woman, and he's already with another person. So he has been unfaithful to you. Okay. And let's face it, you can have the house full of condoms, and you can every day count the condoms and know how many you have, but he's not with you 24/7, right? So then all he has to do is go around the block in the corner store and use a condom. He's a Scorpion. They really don't like using condoms. Okay? So he can go out and about and not have condoms whatsoever. And you're like, bastard. Well, believe it or not, he has. Okay. His intentions are to still be with you. It's going to be difficult. It's almost like I'll get her when I'll get her. I'll give her the space. Eventually she'll return and whatnot. But for now, he's very frustrated. He's very pissed off. He's up the fume right now. But he'll make a return. And I do feel that whatever it is that he's going to do, he'll succeed on at least being intimate with you one more time. And then things will evolve differently here between you and him. I do feel that eventually you will meet someone else, though. Okay? There's a different path here. There's a different pattern for you. It might, in the long run, stability with an earth sign for you. Now, let me see you. I want to see your changes that are coming. Angels of the heavens of God. No, must here. Angels of the heavens. See, this person, this Scorpion, eventually will end up falling for another woman too, not just you. And he's gonna blame you for everything. He's gonna say, "Fuck her." Apologize for my wording, but those are his sweet words. Let's see, Angels of the Universe. What is it that I need to know?